Hi, welcome to RenéMarie Stroke of Luck TV show. I thought it was really important to start the show today by me sharing a little bit of my information and bringing awareness to everyone about strokes. We always are saying that it doesn't matter what your age, that strokes does not discriminate against anybody, your age, your religion, your color, your size. It doesn't discriminate. And with the passing of Luke Perry, crossing over to the other side, Luke Perry has really brought the awareness to the forefront that it can happen to anybody. Luke Perry was age 52. As most of you know that follow us, my stroke happened at age 26, and back then we had no idea about the awareness of strokes. Can you hear me? We had no idea. Sorry, Jim, that was my fault. We had no idea about the awareness of strokes. So I really always like to capture the moment and bring to your attention that strokes can happen to anybody at any specific time. It doesn't discriminate. And in my press, I said, do you get the message yet? Do you get the message yet? Because you don't want something to happen and then you're wondering, you're caught up in the difficulties, because strokes, it's an ongoing recovery if you suffer from a stroke. Let me backtrack a little bit. Strokes, 80% of strokes can be prevented if you know the signs. You have to learn the signs. You have to be aware of it. Becoming aware of it does not mean that you're going to suffer a stroke. It just means that you're preventing the ongoing difficulties of having a stroke. So you have to learn the fast. The fast is, if you see somebody or if you feel yourself suffering a stroke, and that person's face is drooping, uneven on one side, that could be a sign of a stroke. The arms, which I can't put mine out, but the arms, if an arm droops, that is a sign of a stroke. The smile, if you smile and only one side goes up and the other one doesn't, that's a sign of a stroke. Speech, aphasia, speech, when you lisp, when they're not speaking clearly, that is a sign of a stroke. And I will share with you that I've heard from many, many people through this conversation that the world is having right now because of Luke Perry's passing, is that sometimes, many years ago, when people were lisping or not being able to communicate, they were considered drunk and not being able to, or on drugs. I had someone come to my house and put in my cable vision back then, and he had suffered a stroke, 2 strokes, and they thought because he was so young, he was 20-some years old, that he was on drugs, and he wasn't. He was suffering a stroke. And then this is the really important one, time. Time is of the essence when someone is suffering a stroke. You have a 4.5-hour window, and we're going to confirm that with Dr. Beculus, who is coming onto the show today, Skyping in to really talk about, take this platform once again for Luke Perry crossing over. But I think it's 4.5-hour window. I think they extended it a little bit. We'll get confirmation from a professional. But you have to call 911 ASAP. And dealing with many ambulance and EMTs, and they would rather you call them and they take care of it, and they're seeing that it was a false alarm. But it's better to be safe than sorry. Better be safe than sorry. And this is one of the keys that we always add in on our foundation is when you call 911, you have to tell them it could be a stroke, because that will automatically put them into stroke mode, and they will know what they have to do to save your life. And Save your life comes in two different facets. Save your life means passing and crossing over the way Luke Perry did. And save your life, the quality of your life. Because every single second counts when you're suffering a stroke. Every single second. Because there's so many different extents of how people survive it. Some people are in wheelchairs. Some people can't move. Some people are in beds. Some people have struggles. Some people can't think. So there's so many different facets to that. So we cannot express enough how stroke and time is of the essence when someone could possibly be suffering a stroke. The American Stroke Association has an app. Get that app. Go to the American Stroke Association, get that app, put it on your phone, and that way if you think someone could be suffering a stroke, you can pop on that app and you can refer to it to see if someone's having a stroke. Miss Connecticut, who is going to be a guest on our 2019 telethon, that was one of her goals and objectives when she was on Miss America, to create an app to help in that particular way, because she had a friend who they didn't know the signs. This is really important to take this platform. And we want to send our regards out to Luke Perry's family and the ones he loves. And not only to Luke Perry, because Luke Perry, without even knowing, took on this life-saving platform without knowledge or without any awareness. And I believe that his voice is going to speak so much volume and stay alive through the conversation. And I really want to reach out to everyone that's had a stroke, because although Luke Perry was he was famous, he was known to everyone. There's many people on the backside who are having strokes, and we want to reach out to them. When I was on my Facebook page, in a group, Young Stroke Patients, or Young Stroke Survivors, it's called, they said, well, when did your stroke happen? And 320 patients or survivors answered that. Could you imagine? That's on one, and within a few days, 320 survivors. You okay, Jen? 320 survivors came forth. So, that's just a literal reminder that it can happen to anybody at any specific time. So we have a really great show today, but I really thought it was important for me to take this opportunity to bring forth and keep the conversation going. Please keep the conversation going. Please share with everybody. Share this program with everybody. Share all the news releases that are out with everybody. And we hope that with this awareness that's coming to light at this particular time, that we hope that it saves lives, and we know it will save lives. Please join us on our telethon, which is on May 5th. Please join us on our telethon May 5th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on www.villageconnectionradio.com, or right here on Facebook. It really is going to keep the conversation going. It's our 5th annual telethon, our 5th annual, announcement, Stroke of Luck Internet TV program. It's our 5th annual Language of Love Foundation anniversary, and it's my 30th anniversary of my stroke. And I am so happy and so proud that we're in this, and we're making a difference in the stroke world. And we believe that it's together that we're lifting our voices and changing the face of strokes and aphasia locally and globally around the world. So please join us today. We have a wonderful show, and we're going to get going. Thank you for listening to me.
life. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest cuts are here our faith. Now I believe there comes a time when everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest cuts are healed by faith. Now I believe there comes a time when everything just falls in line. We live and learn from our mistakes. The deepest